citizens of the Reject Nation, we are going to talk about a whole bunch of DC news that just dropped. My goodness. John, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? I'm excited.
Doing well. Thank you for asking. We are on our way to go watch Black Adam in just a few minutes, early screening. This news dropped, so once we come back from that movie, I got to come back here and edit this, so that's why it's getting to you guys a little bit late. We got some things to discuss before we head out. We got news about Flash. We got some Superman updates. We got a minor Wonder Woman update. We got a little James Gunn update. And we also have Batman updates. There's so much to dive into, and we're going to have to keep this really bite-sized because we're in a rush right now to go watch this movie. But here we go. Let's kick it off with the one that I feel is probably the most intriguing for a lot of people. It looks like finally, after so long, DC is actively working on developing a follow-up for The Man of Steel. They are seeking screenwriters right now. All of this is being reported from The Hollywood Reporter, by the way. They are developing an actual follow-up, and now we haven't seen Black Adam yet, but I'm sure all you guys have heard the rumors about a certain someone that might appear in the Black Adam post-credit scene. It seems like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson doesn't give two shits about letting people know either.
It's only going to help, I guess.
I've been watching interviews with this guy. I'm like, you're practically spelling it out, man. It's like he's having fun with the audience. It seems very likely that Henry Cavill is going to make an appearance at the end of Black Adam. So with that in mind, it seems like we are finally getting the thing that so many of us walk away disappointed when we're like, is he going to show up at Comic-Con? Oh, he didn't show up at Comic-Con. I'm excited. This is what I've wanted for Henry Cavill for so long, to get a follow-up to his Man of Steel films. Now, who the writers might be, that's all up for debate. I know at one point they were thinking maybe getting Christopher McQuarrie after working with him on Fallout. I feel like he'd be a good writer, but if Tom Cruise is involved, can Christopher McQuarrie really make a good movie?
No, that's the key. Is it has to be a Tom Cruise movie
Secret
or bust.
sauce.
Yeah. Hey, get Tom Cruise to don the cape, you know?
Now, I feel like it's going to be Henry Cavill. I think Dwayne Johnson has successfully been able to bring back Henry Cavill, and now they're finally going to proceed forward with it, and DC is saying that that was a great decision. Or it might be a Black Adam versus Superman movie. But, John, how do you feel?
I'm excited. I mean, like, as a person who is kind of in the middle of the Man of Steel debate, seeing people who love it, seeing people who hate it, being, you know, pretty fond of the movie as of the whole DCEU myself, it feels like one of those unique movie moments where this easily could not have happened, and I think a lot of people are going to be so pleased that it seems like it truly now is happening. I can't imagine a time elsewise where we would have such a jeopardy over a role and then ultimately be paid off with that actor being able to reprise and continue on.
And then this was the other. I'm going in order of the thing I found most interesting to least interesting. We just want to mix it up to keep your audience engaged, but I don't got time to bullshit around. Updates from Matt Reeves' Batman universe. We know that he's developing the Penguin series that's already actively going. He's working on a follow-up for the Batman 2. Now he's working on more spin-offs right now. It's not just TV show spin-offs. Some of them are going to be standalone movie spin-offs, or perhaps connected to the Batman universe. So like standalone, but you know what I mean. And what's being reported currently in the Hollywood Reporter is he's looking at characters like Scarecrow, which is the one, every time someone asks me which Batman villain should get a standalone film, I always say Scarecrow. For the longest time, I've had a pitch for what I think the Scarecrow movie should be. Scarecrow, that excites me, and especially with Matt Reeves knowing how to imbue some horror into anything he pretty much makes, I feel like that would be great. Looking at Clayface right now, and then an oddball choice like Professor Pig. So
do it. That's the one everyone needs.
And this is one of the cool things about a lot of our comic book characters is the fact that, you know, we look at the big universe, DCEU, MCU, but within our own characters, there's a universe that already exists. So I love that they are building out this Bat universe, and that makes it feel easier to separate it as well from the other parts of the DC universe that are clearly more connected via their films.
Well, yeah, and even if the DCEU itself is sort of still forming its connective tissue, I feel like it makes a lot of sense to do Batman as its own sort of side universe. The Rogues Gallery is so rich, but also it's the most steadily established superhero franchise and the most steadily established DC franchise, so it makes a lot of sense to use that as a bedrock and then shoot out and do more, you know, Joker type stuff or Penguin series type stuff or things that embrace stuff that's been working but that they could easily capitalize further on. Yeah.
I do find it interesting that this time last year is when DC Fandom took place, and they didn't do it this year. And they decided to give us a bunch of news in October anyway, which I think is great. But next on the list, we got The Flash 2 script is already written, apparently.
Yeah, man. Plead not guilty. Let's do this. Ezra's going to be back.
That's kind of crazy that the Flash 2 script is already moving ahead because, there's all these talks coming out about is Ezra going to continue on in the DC universe or not? I mean, that's really up to, I feel, how people respond to the movie. So if people love the movie and whatever opinion you have about anything that happened that was reported on, whether you believe that's real, whether you believe that's fake, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Clearly, it doesn't
If
matter.
it makes a lot of money, they're going to make a sequel and they're going to put Ezra in there. I mean, because there are people who've come out and said that no matter what, Ezra's out. They have said that. But the fact that they already have a Flash 2 script already done, I feel like they would probably keep Ezra.
Either that or they've already recast. And they already know where they're going next.
Next one here, the Wonder Woman 3 script mint coming soon. All right, yeah, that's not a big surprise. I don't think that's a big deal, actually.
We've been waiting for that for a while.
Yeah, I thought it was already
Where is it?
I thought by now it'd be done. Yeah. The last bit of news is James Gunn is working on at least one more movie for at least one new movie for the DC universe. I mean, Suicide Squad is like one of the top two for me when it comes to the DC universe films. Peacemaker, loved. If you haven't seen our reactions to it, go watch it. Loved the hell out of that show. So good. And they're already working on season 2. And now James Gunn's going to be working on some new DC movie. And it's a mystery film. Like, I'm not saying the movie's a mystery. I'm saying it's a mystery as to what this movie is going to be.
Yeah.
And
it could be a mystery.
It could be a mystery film for all we know. He did work on Scooby-Doo. So this could be a mystery
and there are
film.
Scooby-Doo comics.
Who knows what it might be? I mean, he's talked a lot about all kinds of characters he's want to make. He even said at one point he was thinking about doing a crypto movie, but a League of Super Pets already took care of that for him. I don't know. You say James Gunn's working on something, and I'm immediately just excited. You say James Gunn's producing something, even if he's not writing or directing, I'm immediately interested in what it's going to be because you could always feel his fingerprints are going to be on it in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah, that's why they didn't need to get specific about what it is. There's like, people will be just satisfied James Gunn's coming
It's
back.
just James Gunn's name. Get it done.
Yeah.
So, guys, it looks like that we are finally getting a lot of the ball going here. Now, are they going to make Robert Pattinson's Batman part of the, connected universe? Because I know that's what Zaslav really wants to aim for right now. And they're going to need a Batman. They're going to need a Batman that does connect because they are going to want that Justice League. I'm not sure where they're going with this, but I think there are some pretty cool developments here. And of course, to me, the most exciting part is finally they're moving forward with a real follow-up. I mean, the article did state that the J.J. Abrams movie that he's supposed to be producing is still in development too. But I feel like they're going to can it. I just feel like it's not going to get made.
I feel like the odds are good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much they're going to embrace Elseworlds right now. I feel like, I don't know, as much as they've been quick to rush into all sorts of stuff, I feel like right now they're trying to get consistent, and then they will, once they've reestablished Henry Cavill as Superman in a satisfactory way that feels steady and assured, then we might get an alternate Superman. But yeah, I could see it falling through.
Either way, man, let's get that Henry Cavill follow-up. Let's go.
Woo.
Let's get that Henry Cavill follow-up. All right, guys, subscribe, click that bell, leave a like, but we don't want to leave you guys without doing a Ricardo Martinez. Since this is a DC-related video, I typed in on Google, Ricardo, DC character. And here's what we get on the prime Earth here. Ricardo is a longtime companion of Danny the Street, which is a Doom Patrol character, having accompanied him since he was a Cabana. Because of this, Ricardo has acted as an ally to the Doom Patrol. Here are your abilities, Ricardo Martinez.
Yeah.
You use a special magical jelly and your own application technique. Ricardo, you are able to heal people with massages. That sounds like a beautiful, seductive gift. And man, who would have thought we would have someone so sensual and Jesus-like at the same time at our Patreon page. Ricardo, we are lucky sons of ducks to have you, man. Thank you so much for being a healer at the Reject Nation.
Ooh.